mid, and then have Weaver safe, Slardar off, flex.
A bit better than a bristleback. So I want to say.
But isn't it weird? Because that is just. I don't think I'm.
It's not terrible. It's kind of like the same idea of running Jug mid. Like Jug's typically in the safe lane, but he doesn't need a huge amount of farm. You can put him mid, give him a bit more levels, and then have him roam around a bit. Whereas with Kuchi to runes and get them fast, but you don't spam out the lane quite as well as the Juggernaut does. So it's definitely not a standard mid hero. If indeed it is going mid, it looks like it's going to be Nana, so they're going to swap up the roles a bit and put Nana mid on the bristle, Weaver in the safe lane. So Ajit and Nana, they've always had this kind of flexibility between these two players, sometimes mid, sometimes carry.
Kangaroo could be in trouble here. DC, they saw him come down, they got the ward out, and they saw the movements, they got the telekinesis and the initial stun. Just got the damage to bring him down to try and cut through, but Weeha ready awaiting, surprise he says, as he's there with the Blade Fury and first blood to DC's mid. That's a great way for the Jug to stun. Of course, with 40 seconds left to go, he'll have the Blade Fury back up for that defense, and almost certainly going to get the bounty run as well here, DC for the Jug.
That's a nice start. That's nifty. They may get the D ward as well. Haven't seen no sentry ward being placed just yet. No, they missed the first one. So first Radiant sentry missed. Doesn't look like they're going to plant a second one just yet. But either way, DC with the first blood on the mid lane is big. So he gets out, magic stick, salve.
Yeah, the stick again, that's perfect for we. And yeah, should have no trouble at all, indeed, in picking up this room as well. But as you said, lanes to watch here from WG. Mid lane Bristle, indeed, as you said, the safe lane Weaver. So switching up the roles that we saw in terms of what they played in game one, trying something a little bit different. And then, so this mid lane matchup, Juggernaut versus Bristleback. How's it going to go, do you think?
Probably better for the Jug now. He's got a stick, he's got a first blood advantage. Good old selfless Wee, only taking one tango from his support, sort of a nice guy. But yeah, this should be a matchup which he does just fine in with the stick. But Bristle, of course, is a hero that kind of gets scary once he has that level 5 to 7 stage, gets an item like a Treads or an early Vanguard. You're not looking to win your lane as a Bristle in these 1v1 mids. You're just looking to get solo XP and the fast kind of core item on yourself.
Top lane as well, Moon. Getting aggressive here onto the supports of WG and X Nova. Takes a fair bit of a punch from this Nyx.
There's nothing Kolo can do to his own Nyx with Stout, Tango, Salve, and Mango. This Nyx is more than alright here. And he's got the TP scroll, so if they really dive him hard and commit a ton of spells and whatnot, he can just TP on them.
Got down bottom, trying to make a bit of a movement there. Crusher and Kangaroo holding Misery back, but they're actually not interested in the Slardar. They're saying if they can get the ES. Saxa going to commit for a grab there. Just keeping the space for Resolution to find the farm on this bottom lane.
And the really nice thing about the lane step is DC don't even have to camp Ogre mid. The Jug does just fine 1v1. I mean, CS-wise he's slightly behind right now, but I think we're going to see him do just fine. He's got all the stick charges in the world. He can Blade Fury Death to farm. That Ogre's actually going to help out bottom. He wants to secure the safe lane because Morph's like the key hero when you look at their draft and how they want to win. It's going to be with a farm Morph.
Yeah, lanes at the moment certainly looking to be going in the favour of DC. Moon, I'm only just messing around with the bull. As we said, Nova trying to do his best to harass him, but really very little he can do with this before he gets the leverage. And once he gets maybe the man leak and such, he can try, but then he's got to worry about the spike characters. And Moon, you can expect him to play around that. You're absolutely A-okay.
Mid lane's gone surprisingly well for Nana, like just being able to quill spray through the Blade Fury. Like you can't Blade Fury if you get, like often you get like half HP or down to a third HP, you just Blade Fury and then run away as it's about to end, but the quill spray is being physical, go through it. So Nana's had a boots bottle already.
Yeah.
He's really doing quite alright just by spamming quills. He doesn't care about giving Wii the stick charges, but now it's a 1, so now it's not 10 charges, you get up to 17 to be more efficient.
Well, and as well, Saxon. Getting a little bit of spot of power. Alpha and Kangaroo trying to move in. The backup is there from Resolution and Misery, but then Flash managed to turn it around and have taken not just one, but both of the heroes down.
Yikes.
Oh yeah, Saxon walks it off.
Once you roll in, you're fully committed mid lane. Nana with this 15 HP solo kill. Brings down the jug. That's Nana's probably just like, alright team, stop feeding bottom lane, I've got this, I'm winning mid.
Calculated,
yeah,
sure.
And Earth Spirit's going to TP in, refill his bottle. Nicely played. Nana's going to be back up ready and fighting shape soon enough. And yeah, he's actually started winning mid. I didn't really know what to expect with this Jug vs Bristle. I thought Jug would be fine and they just trade farm, but it seems like Bristle is actually just going to win.
I mean, maybe that's the thing as well. Maybe we didn't know what to expect. He's probably not used to playing up against the Bristle in the mid lane.
In my mind, I'm thinking Jug, Agi hero, pretty good base armor, pretty good like 6 armor in general, should be pretty good at negating full damage, but I mean, it was quite some patches ago where the damage block from Torment Shield doesn't block stuff like Quill Spray anymore, so yeah, it seems like the the nice thing about mid lane is you're always going to be able to stack lots of quills because you don't want to run away like far from, the lanes are so close to each other, the 2 towers, that it's easy to get high stacks up, and that's where Wii is getting kind of bullied here.
Down bottom, Saxa, he's only just gone and Cliff Kangaroo. So Kangaroo.
Things getting even rough.
Yeah,
in the bottom lane always. The mid lane's going fine, the top lane, it's going alright. Like Ajit's
he's
farming.
Saxon's got a DD as well now. So he doesn't have he put the Sentry Ward down for that initial bit of vision you get when you first plant it, but they haven't got anything to see Kangaroo further.
Bloodlusted Rubik with DD. Oh, it's your worst nightmare. He's just pulling up it. What is this?
So they're sending TPs down. They're like, guys, we got a Rubik here with DD and Bloodlust.
Oh, it was okay, getting off the cliff, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's back. He pulled it. Not just Bloodlusted Rubik.
Oh, it's all too much here for WG. They're only going to lose both of the heroes. It's another 2 kills.
Oh, God.
For Rezo. DD. Stacks are just loving his life here at the moment on bottom lane.
Yeah, this lane doesn't get much worse. Maybe you lose your tower, it does get worse.
But mid lane, as you said, is fine for Nana. Top lane as well in terms of farm. We're looking at RJ. He's doing alright in the CS. He's not quite where Resolution is, but it's still good news. But I guess obviously the real trade-off is the fact that Moon, he's doing fine on his off lane, whereas the off lane for WG is where it's all pulling apart really.
Yeah. And you can the CS is actually, or mid's gone fine for Wii. Other than the death, he was pretty much even on CS. It's a kind of lane where you just trade farm, and we'll see Wii hit level 6 soon. Not that he's going to have kill potential with his Omni Slash too much without a friend, because level 6 Bristle has a 1000 HP with the treads, so just cost-effective hit points. Nana wants to make sure Wii can't really kill him off with an Omni Slash. He actually didn't level Omni Slash. Oh, he's saving a point. Yeah, we go. He's leveled him now.
He could be in trouble. He's not. He's got 12 1 charges.
It's calling him back up.
That's great, stacking up.
Yeah, not going to even go for the lift. You pull him in, you're basically pulling him in to get more quill stacks, and the damage was not going to be there from an Omni Slash, I believe.
What kind of build do you think we're going to see from the mid Bristle? Are we going to see those kind of auras, or is he going to go for more of a right-click kind of?
I want to say he almost needs to play a bit more DPSing, but probably wants the Vanguard on the way. Vanguard into SMY. Ooh, nice start.
Catching him out mid-roll there. He's going to go for the TP, but it's going to happen. Stacks with the telekinesis and the zap to the back. There's DC, and yet another kill down towards this bottom half of the map where, again, it's this sort of side lane that we saw WG.Unity faltering in the early game in Game 1, and it seems to be happening again here in Game 2.
Yeah, this bottom lane's just been a disaster. One of those things where you're like, in hindsight, you should have just jungled the Slaughter, give him an Iron Talon, and he could be level 5 right now. You've lost your tower anyway, so he could have just been straight up jungling, and this lane would be going much better, but they wanted to contest the lane, but the big decision from DC was leaving the Ogre there. They had the Ogre there to make sure the bottom lane was won, and once you see the Ogre there, WG just didn't have the ability to contest. Earth Spirit's still just level 2, Slaughter level 4 only, doesn't even have boots. This is an absolutely terrible start for the bottom laners. See what Nana can do. He's going to be one of those players that kind of gets involved.
And we're going to see him get a good kind of leg up as well, because the Ancients have started to be stacked. I imagine you are giving that to the Bristles, anyone that really can clear him across this side.
Yep.
So then it's just going to be, a question what he does. As you said, what Vanguard first.
And that's experience more than anything. Like, the farm is really nice for Bristlenor, but that's a hero that can get all the farm in the world, but get ignored because you don't have the best chase.
And look at this up top. They want to try and get Arjit. They need to get a setup stun though. Saxa and Misery are there. Misery's going to be, it might still be in the night vision impact in there. It looks like it doesn't matter. Moon able to close the gap. They've got not quite enough chase stuns though, as Arjit's able to survive with the time lapse. Now they're just going to turn a fight into DC. The Crush Kangaroo coming out onto Moon, and they'll end up punishing the Nyx Assassin. And they may even get more as Arfu rolls across, looking to block up. Saxa has the stun. They'll turn around with a Fate Ball, but they're ready to dive in deep as Arjit closes in onto the Ruby. Just needs to get the right. He doesn't even need the right click. The blast comes through from X-Nova, and WG.Unity able to turn around that play very, very nicely. Just it wasn't quite enough to bring down Arjit there with that control.
That's one of those plays where it's just miscalculation. DC thought they had the damage. They did the math in their head as a 3-man unit between Saxa, Misery, and Moon. No one said, hey, we don't have enough damage. Probably at least one or two of them would have said, we can get this kill. And all you need was one of those 3 players to say, alright, we don't have the damage, let's not do it. And I guess the call from Misery, the captain, said we can, or whoever said we can, and they did. They chased under it pretty well. The lift perhaps slightly overlapped with the Fire Blast, but it didn't even really look like that was the problem. The Weaver's just too tanky.
We are in a bit of space as Nana headed out to around the lane, so they went down towards the bottom. And one more stack of the Ancients is what he's going to go for.
He's going to come back for a Cloak, so just casual bit booster.
Okay.
Cloak doesn't strike me as like any kind of amazing item as far as there being a ton of magic damage, but there is some.
I guess it's going to be good once the morph starts to get that new build online with the E-Blade, but that's obviously still a fair while away.
And we're just so confident here in the front line. Just like healing ward, I got my 17 charges. Rezo free farming. This is very similar to game 1. It's the Rezo playing the hard carry, winning the early game when you're playing kind of 5v4 Dota. It's on a Naga, it's a Morphling, but it's the same kind of idea. It's a hero that will not split push you to death, but will hit this item timing where you can't really fight. And I say item timing, he's not going to go for early game. He picks up a Tread's Dragonlance, not going for the fast Lincolns, not going for the E-Blade. Wants to perhaps fight around his team a bit now. Doesn't have the best sustain as far as having any HP regen without the Perseverance, but we'll see how he does.
He's gonna walk into a Bristleback here. He doesn't actually have the ult, so Nana could look to try and chase this one down. But he's a little scared. It's very hard to kill to go for on his own, that Morphling. We'll back away, but 10 minutes in as we see Rezo at the top of the board, but still, Monar and Arjit in good places.
Moon, after dying at top, had his Arcane Boot slowed down, which is kind of hard to make lots of rotations as a Nyx without them because your mana pool's pretty bad. He's going to finish his Arcanes and then makes with his team, kind of be the type for last game. It really is the same DC style from last game. They've got a mid hero that's elusive, hard to gank, hard to kill, Moon playing the offlane initiator, and then Rezo just quietly farming away, waiting to get online.
I think he uses Saxon has this invis. Looking at Arjit, he needs more of his members up in the neighbourhood, mate.
Brought in Morphling for this one, he TP'd up top, but
yeah, looks like they're just going to go for the objective, get the tower instead of kills at this stage. Mid lane Weehar is on his own, as Arjit will look to play around with him. We'll see how much he can actually do here. Weehar has got 17 one charges, so he should be fine whatever the situation does end up going to. Yeah, he's okay. There's no way that Arjit can look to try and get anything out of that more than just tickling the jug.
He's on the prowl now. He wanted to contest the Ancient stats here. Bristle was very low in fact, but he gets there a bit late, not going to be able to stop it. And can't really solo kill too many of these heroes.
Maybe go for the Earth Spirit. Now that's what they could probably do. Brings him down low. One more touch is going to be needed. Weehar comes in straight away with the Blade Fury to finish off the kill.
They had a Dire Sentry too. They saw the Nyx coming in.
That's a nice wraparound. In fact, and Weehar actually with a quick Omni Slash dodges the Slithering Crush. And he's actually going to be able to walk his way out of this one with the Salve of the Ready as well. I mean, Arjit trying to chase. They're looking to blast through. Arjit, can he actually get away with anything? If he kills the Amplifier, we are doing a lot, but he's not going to die for it. And we keep it. And that was a very, very sweet Omni Slash.
Yeah. Had a split second where the sentry saw the Nyx before he engaged, but the move was faster. He saw one hero, he was like, oh, I'm impaling. And that was before the Earth Spirit could even react to the fact he had vision of Nyx with that sentry. DC come out on top. Meanwhile, Red the match style, then we're going to be in trouble.
DC is cut down onto the Spirit.
Basically, it's up to Earth Spirit to put himself in these dangerous positions to initiate and set up fights for his team.
That's all like, okay, in trouble. They've got the telekinesis, they got the damage to do it. Yes, they did Kangaroo. He tried to turn around with the crush to hold them back.
Yeah, Blink getting slowed down even more. That's the really key item for WG.Unity as far as their mid game goes, and they're not getting it.
It's also just going to be a question, of course, how much they can fight around Nana with his crystal, how much they can utilize his pretty hard. He's pretty hard to take down with Vanguard and 5 of Insight.
He's unkillable.
Yeah.
That's not really a problem if you're DC. You look at his crystal, like he's unkillable.
Somehow.
So what?
How do you use this if you're warriors again?
You can pull towers, but that's what. Reacting attack is a risk. Can't really kill them all by any means, but he can at least try and stop.
So they're trying to find Saxa, but he Shikuchi's up to the high ground and he's well and truly duped them.
Bottom, Arjun and Rezo are fighting. No one gonna kill any. I don't know that I say that it's like a Weaver versus Wolf who actually kills either. And it's a no-win situation.
Someone better help
But Weaver forces the Morph to TP home. That's the big. It's slows down the spam, slows down the split push, and it sets you up to perhaps take a mid-tier 1 tower because they are grouping up as 5 around mid. And the split push threat is being somewhat dealt with for now. I said Wee's already back bottom, Morph's back top, they're gearing up to split push as soon as possible. And Nana's like, screw creeps, I'm just gonna straight take this T1.
Then they'll find the town. Satsa, into the steal again. We'll be able to
reset it, yeah.
The Shikuchi. He's stolen.
Dire's
Yeah.
no fortified
He's hanging around here. He's not going to reveal.
He's slashing bottom.
Jumping in onto Arby, off looking to roll away, but the last click there comes in. Weehart took the TP out. No points in bash yet for the build that he's gone for.
Bit unlucky with the Omni Slash bounces there, but only I would say it was like a maybe 50-50 chance whether or not he bounced back to the Earth Spirit to kill him off there, and he did get the kill. This is looking really rough for WG just because they can't catch heroes. Without the Slider Blink, they lack that catch they need to punish the split push. Even when they get it, Morphling is not really a hero you can kill, it's just the Jug.
Man, top lane, Moon unable to actually find the stun there. He was looking to try and bring down Kangaroo with the amplifying the quill sprays. Moon he's in a lot of trouble here. One more and he's going to be popping. Nana turns around and attempts of a kill onto the Slider and shoves it right down Moon's throat. As he did not, he was trying to find that stun, he held onto it, he didn't feel confident in the angle as last one was just too slippery.
Yep. Slider luckily survived, he died there, again without his blink dagger.
So close. So